let's just double check things here. So we don't want that fully facing up. That line's roughly around there, so it's going to sit about there. This one, it's going to sit sort of fairly vertical with that line about there. Okay, now I'm going to put those caps on. Now this one's a bit more difficult because it's definitely going to be opening up some valves as we tighten this down. Look, it may kind of rotate a little bit out of position, but I am feeling that this cam needs to end up about there, which means it's going to be opening these two valves. So just, again, to be sure, I want to double check. There's no piston in sight. That one's right down the bottom. That piston's at the top. And that one's also right down the bottom, and those valves there are going to open up. So things are looking right for me. Put a bit of oil on these journals. Again, with the valves open that far, you're not even going to be able to put that journal on. So you are going to have to just rotate it a little bit off that lobe, but just be aware that you're going to have to move it a fair bit later on. Okay, I'm going to carefully zip these down. I'll do it in a couple of stages, just because it might still be pressing against the valve there, and you don't want to bend these cams. Again, I'm just using my impact for speed. We'll go and do it by hand in a second. Let's just go through and double check. Shouldn't be forcing anything here. Double check them all. Now, just going to put a drop of oil on the lobes. Remembering I don't have a sump on, so I'm not going to put a lot of oil on stuff here. Okay, now the second bank's a little bit more difficult because the lobes are pressed up against the valves, opening some valves up. So you might just need to rotate it around a little bit. Again, I've double checked where the pistons are with my screwdriver just to make sure nothing's going to bump into anything. So I know that one sits about there. Look, it might stop there for you, but often they will just snap back. Let me double check this one. Yep, so it needs to sit about there. And again, it might snap back, so just be super careful with those. But we can easily move them to where we need to put them. Let's get our first guide in place. And I might just leave that loose because I just know it's hard to get that chain in through that spot there. So I'm just going to have that sitting there loose for now. Same deal, I've already compressed the tensioner. Zip this down. Just double check by hand. Just want them nice and firm. Now again, I just want to mark up this chain, but like I said, it's super hard to see where those darker links are. I believe I've got one there. I've got one there. So when you've got the two fairly close together, you're then going to have one that's opposite, which is that one over there. I have no idea how that's going to look on a computer screen. I can see it, the difference in the right sort of light, but I just don't know if it's going to show clearly on the screen. Trying to get a good view of it there for you. But once I've got them, just double check with R again. We've got one there, and one there. So I've just marked them again for myself. I'm just going to have to zip this bolt off that I ran on before, just because I need to get the next pulley on here, or the next timing gear. Okay, so your bottom pulley looks like this. It's got got the keyway, it's got a machined dimple, but be super careful because on the back side, it's got what looks like a mark there. Now that mark, it's not a machined dimple at all. What it is, it's the mark from where it's hit the other dimple on the other one. So if you remember, we had that sitting about there, and that dimple was down about there. So if you look at that, that's where that dimple from the other pulley was. Do not mistake those. Don't put it on this way, looking for the mark about there. Okay, so you're looking for the machined dimple. I'm going to put a nice clear dot on that so you can see. Okay, so once you've established which way that dimple is as opposed to just the mark, we want to put this gear on. We've also got the chain that goes down to the oil pump. That needs just to be sat on first. There's no markings whatsoever for that, so it can just sit however you like. But we do need that one on first. Slide that back and just sit that in there. Now that one's just got to hang there for now. We'll deal with that one later. And I've left this loose just so we can easily get our chain up and in here. So just having a look at where the marks are. We've got the single mark there. Oh no, so there's the two that are fairly close together. So they go up onto our cam gears. So I've sat that one where the mark is. And we'll just feed that in through there. Coming down around here. So I've got that one on there. Now what I'm going to do is do the rear one. So I'm just going to wind it back a little bit because I'm a long way off my mark here. You shouldn't feel any real resistance while you're rotating these. If you do, something's amiss, so be super careful. So that should be sitting there somewhere like that. Let me move this one forward a little bit. I'm just trying to tighten up this gap, or just tighten up this chain in between the two. Be aware it can suddenly just flick back because it is against those springs at the moment. Now before I put this final guide in place here, I need to make sure that we're lined up correctly at the bottom. Coming down here, now you can see we're like a tooth or so off here, so I'm going to need to rotate that engine a little bit. So I put this bolt back in. Now what's annoying here is I am going to have to tighten the bolt up by going that way. And now I actually need to rotate the engine this way. So hopefully it's very hard to rotate it back this way because you just undo the bolt. I'm still one. No, I'm okay with that there. So I've rotated it just enough to get those two lined up. I'm just going to secure this guide in place. And what I want to do is get all my slack onto this side of the chain. So I'm just going to pull that nice and tight that way. Get my guide. Slide that in. Now before we pull the pin, let's double check some things. Happy with that there. That's all good there. I'm still happy on there. Happy days. I think I'm all good. I'm going to pull the pin for the second one. Okay, let's have a look at the timing on the second bank here. We have the dimple lined up to the dark link on the chain. Come up around. We've got that little line with the deck level there. We've got our marked link with the dimple. We can ignore that one. We can ignore that one. We have our marked link with the dimple. That one is level. and back down here with the chain. That is at around about still the 11 o'clock position. Now before I pulled that pin on this, I probably should have put this little tensioner piece in here. My bad. Not a big issue, but would have been better to do it earlier. Look, I want to give this a double check before we go any further. So I'm going to leave that off for now, just in case something is wrong. We'll put the bolt in. I want to wind this engine over a couple of times, so we want to get just a bit of oil in on these guides here. We're not going at any great speed, but a bit of oil on this would be great. Look, once we do this, it's going to be a long time before these marks come back to where they are. It's not just one revolution and we're all good. The chain only lines up to these dots, I don't know, every so many rotations. I'm also just going to put a drop of oil on all the lobes again. And I do just want to crank it over, so there shouldn't be any great amount of resistance. These are going to clip around a little bit and sort of wobble a little bit as they sort of begin to tighten up. It shouldn't jump any links or anything silly like that. Just make sure this one doesn't get caught up as you're winding it around. It might click a little bit, but it's got no oil pressure in these yet, so. But I'm not feeling any resistance, which is great. Everything here is just rotating nicely how it should. All the tappets are popping back up how they should. Look, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. Now we just want to get the chain for the oil pump back in position. Look, I left these bolts in there so I knew when I took them out which way they go back together. So there's two sort of shorter, stubbier ones, and then there's this big longer one on the other side. There's no obvious way that this sits other than this keyway, this sort of flat section has to line up with the pump. You just need to sit it into the chain first and then see if you can line things up. It's a bit irritating because you've just got to get the notches right. In fact, what I might do is just rotate my engine. It's easy enough just to turn the pump. So if we can just get things all lined up here. That's it there. Look, you can either rotate the engine, you can kind of try and line things up. You've got a bit of wiggle room here, but you can't get the cog on and then the chain on. Just going to sit that on there loosely for now. Okay, now we'll put this side of the guide on. So it just sits like this. We'll just zip those up loosely again. Now this is the side that has the tension. It's just this spring here that provides the tension. There's no real way to lock it back in place that I can see. It's just, let's just kind of hold it while we get it in there. This hook just hooks around here, so let's see if we can just line things up, hook that around all at the same time. It's not a huge amount of tension with that spring, but there's definitely some tension there. I'll wind that in nearly all the way. Just be careful as you do this one up. You don't want to go nice and slow with it, just because you don't want to catch it the wrong way. Interestingly enough, I can kind of still move that spring around. Don't know what stops that from coming off. It might be the front cover sits there or something to stop that from popping off. Okay, we'll zip these up. a fairly critical bolt, this one here, because obviously it holds that oil pump. Tightening it up is a bit messy because I feel like I'm going against that tensioner. I think I'm just going to have to do it. That's nice and firm there, I'm happy with that. Now we've got this little cover over here anyway. Again, I'm just going to rotate the engine just a couple times just to make sure that I'm happy with how that's all spinning, that's all doing what it should do. Yep, happy with that. At this point, I'm just going to go through and just do another double check. Firstly, I'll do all my 10mm bolts, just make sure they're all done and I haven't somehow missed anything. I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far. And then I'll do the couple of 12mm. 2 there, and there's 2 more on this one here. Okay, that's all the bolts double checked. We'll just double check that little cover plate there as well. I've already done that one up, I can't get back in there, so I'm okay with that. Hey, with that, I think we've got to get ready to put this cover on.